Hi everyone, in this lesson we'll be simplifying sets. We'll be adding and subtracting sets. Right. For us to simplify sets, for us to add sets, just like in algebra, we only add or subtract like terms. So in sets, for us to say this one is a like term, for us to say this one is a like term of this one, what is under the square root must be the same. If what is under the square root is the same, then the two are like terms, right? So we'll be treating this number, for example, this 3 outside the square root, we'll be treating this one as the coefficient of root 2. So in this case, if these two are like terms, just like in algebra, we just add the coefficients of these two. So the coefficient of root 2 here is 1. So it is 1 plus 2, which is 4 root 2. That's our first example. Let's move on to our second example, where we'll be adding root 8 to root 18 minus root 32. Right, in this case, this one is a special case where we have to express root 8 in the form a root b, root 18 in the form a root b, as well as root 32 in the form a root b. A concept that we discussed in our previous lesson. If you didn't see this lesson, just look for lesson 3. Right, now let's express root 8 in the form a root b. Right, it simplifies to 2 root 2. Then root 18 simplifies to 3 root 2. And finally, root 32 simplifies to 4 root 2. Right, now that these numbers under the square root are now the same, this means these three terms are now like terms. So we can now simplify the coefficients. In this case, the coefficients are 2, 3, and minus 4. So we are adding these 2 to 3, we get 5. 5 minus 4, we get 1. So our final answer is root 2. Right, like this. Let's move on to our third example. 2 root 27 minus root 75 minus root 12. Right, we have to express this in the form a root b, root 75 in the form a root b, root 12 in the form a root b. Right, let's express these numbers in that form. Right, we have these two already. Yes, the 2. Now root 27 is the same as 3 root 3, right? Then root 75 is the same as 5 root 3. Root 12 is the same as 2 root 3, right? Let's simplify this. 3 by 2, we get 6 here. So this is now 6 root 3 minus 5 root 3 minus 2 root 3. If we simplify the coefficients, 6 minus 5 is 1. 1 minus 2, we get minus 1. So the final answer is minus 1 root 3. Please note that under addition and subtraction of sets, the addition and subtraction of sets won't affect what is under the square root. As long as what is the square root is now uniform throughout, then we treat this one. We can do it this way. We can treat root 3 as x, root 3 as x, root 3 as x. So when adding, just like in algebra, when adding 6x minus 5x minus 2x, this simplifies to minus x likewise, but our x is root 3. So our final answer is minus root 3. Right, let's move on to our next example. the square root 5 root 8 plus root 27 minus 5 root 200 plus root 300. Right, this is the same as, let's express root 8 in the form a root b, and it is 2 root 2. Let's also express root 27 in that similar form. It is 3 root 3. Let's express 5 root 200 in that similar form. Root 200 is the same as 10 root 2. Then the last one, the square root of 300, is the same as 10 root 3. In this case, this one will be a like term of this one, because what is under the square root here, what is under the square root here is the same as what is under the square root here. Right, likewise, what is under the square root here is the same as what is under the square root here. So we are saying this one is a like term of this one. So we are now collecting like terms and simplifying. If we simplify this, this is 10 root 2. Right? If we simplify this one, there's no need of simplifying 3 root 3 as it is. Alright, if we simplify 5 times 10 root 2, we get 50 root 2. Then this 10 root 2 as it is. Now let's collect like terms and simplify. 3 root 3, we are now simplifying the coefficients now. So it's 3 plus 10, which is 13 root 3. And finally, 10 root 2 minus 50 root 2, we get minus 40 root 2. And this is our final answer. Right, here is an exercise just to check if you are getting the concept. Right, just pause this video for a moment, then get the answers. Here are the answers. Right. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share our videos. Also, like our Facebook page, Tech Tutorials. Thank you very much.